So then guys, we have breaking news about the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max with 3 new leaks all about the cameras, and these ones you will definitely want to listen to. So I want to tell you about these 3 new leaks, and I also want to tell you about the release date and price for the iPhone 17 models this year in 2025. But without further ado, let's get started on the first new leak that we have seen. So we've heard from a tipster who's come to Mac Rumors, who has told them that the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the optical zoom, so this is what we've been hearing about, was going to be a 48 megapixel sensor, is actually going to have an 8 times optical zoom this time round. It's not going to have a 5 times optical zoom like we've had in the past. So obviously ever since say the iPhone 15 Pro Max and obviously both of the iPhone 16 Pro models, they have that 5 times optical zoom, and then obviously you could do that digital zoom up to say 25 times. Well, it looks like that this time is that we're going to get 8 times optical zoom. What is fantastic news to hear that we are going to get this inside of this. So this means then probably from your kind of 1-time zoom all the way up to 7.9, it will use the main kind of sort of snapper sort of camera inside the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but then it will switch over. Now it's funny, I just said that as well about the iPhone 17 Pro. It doesn't look like the normal 17 Pro is going to get the 8 times optical zoom. It looks like it's only going to get the standard 5 times. Now we've had this in the past. When we had the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, we got the 5 times zoom on the Pro Max, but the normal Pro, we only had the 3. So it looks like Apple have done this again, where we've got the 5 and then we've got the 8 times zoom. But what also makes this interesting is that, say, the digital zoom, this could go even further as well. Right now, we only got up to a 25 times zoom capability with the digital kind of crop, but it could go up to, say, 35 times or even 40 times zoom, your digital zoom. What is, I would say, quite a lot of the time is more than enough. And obviously, if you've been using other kind of Android phones out there, you'll know that quite a lot of them, after you get to, say, 30 times zoom and beyond, it starts cracking up a fair bit there. But the great news is 8 times optical zoom is going to look absolutely fantastic, I am sure, on this, especially that's got no digital crop. And also if you want to push it up just a little bit up to say 10 times zoom with a little bit of digital crop with that 48 megapixel sensor as well, your pictures are going to look absolutely stunning this time round on an iPhone. So I, for one, am super excited about this new leak. But moving on from this, for the second big leak that this tipster gave Mac Rumors, and that is, it looks like that we're going to get a new kind of pro kind of app out there for doing your videos and also doing your photography. Obviously, we've got that better zoom capability. We will definitely want a bit more kind of manual control over our photos and things like this, and also for your ultra wide and your wide and things like this, and especially that we could also take pictures in RAW. This is definitely a warm welcome. I want kind of like a pro kind of photo ability, but it looks like it'll be the same for videos as well, that we'll be able to do this, and especially that we've been hearing the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro models are going to have 8K video recording this time around. To have that kind of pro app does also make a lot of sense. But one thing I would also say is the tipster has also said there might not actually be a brand new app, but it might be an enhanced version of the Final Cut camera app. And if you've seen this, this is the one that you can use to link up, say, towards with your iPad, for example, where you can have the iPad kind of app to do all the editing, and then you can use your iPhone to do the actual recording in Final Cut. But obviously there's not much to do with photography in that. So, it's kind of swings and roundabouts. I'm going to say here that, we may get a brand new app, but obviously I can also see the point that it could just be the Final Cut Pro app updated. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. But either way you look at this, we're going to get an update to Final Cut Pro, or we're going to get a brand new app out there. What is awesome. And then finally, the third big update we've heard about, and now this one, I'm going to say I'm a little bit on edge about this, and that is we've heard that with the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max, we're going to get another button. And this time it's going to go on the same side as the camera control button. So it's not going to be on the volume rocker or the power button. It's going to be on the other side again. But personally, I just don't see how this is going to happen. We know that manufacturers out there who are making phone cases right now, they are making this without the ability to have this extra button, what's going to be in play. So I'm a little bit confused by this. And especially also, for example, I've got this right here. This here is an iPhone 17 Pro Max dummy, and this is the same dummy what they're using right now, case manufacturers, to baseline their phones off. Then obviously all those kind of cases that they're developing right now, if we got an additional button added now, then yeah, it's going to seem a little bit weird that they're going to take this completely away. I really don't get this, because obviously we do have the power button here on the side, we do have that camera control. To have another button up here just seems a bit weird, or down here, yeah, I'm not really sure this one is fully true. But like I said, this is what the tipster has told Mac Rumors, so we'll have to see how this develops over the next sort of month and a half before the release date. And talk about the release date and also the price, I'm going to tell you more details about that right after I tell you about the channel giveaway. And that channel giveaway is for this right here. I'm giving away on my channel to one lucky subscriber an iPad Pro 13-inch model. And it's no ordinary iPad Pro one. This is the OLED with the M4, but what makes it special is that it's got 1 terabyte of storage inside of it. And what that essentially means is you get 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you also, as I like to call it, the full fat M4. This is the 10-core CPU, the 10-core GPU inside of this, and one lucky subscriber is going to get this on the international giveaway. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is quite simple. Just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to still get in 2025. Maybe it will be a new iPhone, maybe it's going to be a new iPad, maybe it's going to be nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be Nintendo Switch 2 or something completely different. Just let me know in the comments below right now. Now, the second part of the giveaway is going to be happening at the end of September time, when I'm going to be giving away this iPad Pro, where I'll be making another video giving you guys even more details about the giveaway, including the form to fill in too, so you won't want to miss out on that video and that announcement, because obviously, yeah, it will also give you the dates of when I'll do the live stream. So the best thing you can do right now is make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Plus, you want to be a subscriber too, because obviously, I'm giving this away to a subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys, that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonate me, turning to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people, basically right here. Please do report them. So moving on then from this, what about the release date and price then for the next generations of the iPhones? Well, let's stick with the 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max for all of this scenario. So let's start with the release date. Now, we've heard from Mark Gurman that the actual release time is going to be happening on week commencing September 8th. And this is kind of makes sense, because this is when Apple normally do it. They normally do their kind of event in the first full week of September time. So this is when they're going to do their announcement, and more than likely it will be happening on Tuesday the 9th of September or Wednesday the 10th of September. That is when they will do actually their event for it. But to pre-order a new iPhone, well, that'll probably be on the 12th of September. That's when you'll be able to pre-order it, and that will probably be, you know, the kind of usual deal where it'll be 9 a.m., you know, New York sort of time, and then if you're in California or, you know, you're on the sort of Pacific time, it'll be 5 a.m. If you're here in the UK, be about, say, 1 p.m. You get the idea. Work it out when the times. That's when you'll be able to pre-order it, and that will be on Friday the 12th of September, but you probably won't be able to get your hands on it till a full week later, and that obviously will be September 19th, 2025. But then for the actual prices, well, this one's a little bit up in the air too, but what I would say is to start with is to baseline the prices on the current phones we have right now. So the likes of the iPhone 16 Pro cost $999 US, and at the moment it looks like it's going to be the same price, and then it's the same then for the likes of the iPhone sort of 17 Pro Max, that's going to also start at basically $1,200 And obviously that is the same pricing that we've had before. Obviously you get the 256 gigabyte model there in US dollars. That's been the same since the 15 Pro Max, the 16 Pro Max. Obviously we've had that tier up in storage, but really no big changes there. Now, one thing I would also like to mention here is obviously if you live in a different country, it depends on your currency and how much that is against the US dollar, if it's going to be more or less, plus also import fees and taxes and all of that. It could change the price in your country, so just be aware of that. And the final thing to also be aware of is tariffs. Now, the tariffs one, again, up in the air with this. Remember, we were meant to have tariffs put in place about 4 months ago for Apple, and you know, here we are, we still don't have them. So who knows at the moment? But obviously if it does change, I will let you guys know that obviously if tariffs are going to interfere with the prices. But with that then guys, what do you think? Are you excited about these new camera leaks for the iPhone 17 Pro models? Are you going to get one? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.